there's one scene where he's chasing the bad guy, but he can't keep up he can't keep up, and Sean and Gus are always like, Mary, why are you so slow? And he just pulls up his pants and goes, ankle weights. I never leave home without them. And they're like, what? I read about it in Men's Health.
Welcome back. Due to incredibly high demand, we have come up with Psych segment part 2.
Yeah.
If you watched our last Psych segment, we kind of went over the show, what it's about, what makes it so great. Today we want to focus not on the main characters, which we talked about plenty in the first segment. We want to kind of look at the side characters, so people who are introduced alongside the main characters, people who may show up at different times or only show up for a certain story point. Another one of the things the show does incredibly well. So
Indeed.
If you haven't seen it, go
watch it. Yeah, so we're talking about side characters if you didn't get it. I'm looking at a Wikipedia page of all of the characters, and there are so many.
Dude, I'm gonna start it off.
Go ahead.
Despero,
yes,
my favorite side character,
easily.
100%.
Easily.
Mm-hmm.
Despero is an art thief. He's like this really smooth gentleman criminal who Sean and Gus run into, and he shows up once and they think they got him, and then he shows up again in a different episode, and his stories are just wild, like the adventures and just like the things that he gets them into, and he always gets away, and he's someone that like Sean really looks up to.
Yeah.
But Gus is
terrified of.
Really frustrated at. So to see that contrast between them whenever they encounter him is just like, yeah, it's a lot of fun. And Despero is just like the smoothest guy I can think of.
He's also Wesley from The Princess Bride.
I recently figured that out, actually.
He is, yeah. Famous character. Or, I forget his name from Saw.
Oh, yeah.
While we're talking about him.
I have not seen Saw, so...
it's actually a good movie. This isn't the Saw episode, but it's a pretty good movie, I'm not going to lie. It's not as, like, the whole gory, just for the sake of gore that a lot of people say it is. There's actually a plot behind it. But anyway, we're not talking about Saw.
Back to
watch Psych instead. If I had to choose between, I would always choose Saw. I'm going through the list of characters, so my brain is not...
Do you want to read a few out that stand out to you?
Yeah, sure. There's obviously young Sean and young Gus, which just are carried out through the whole show. Although those characters change quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Buzz McNabb.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Buzz.
McNabb!
Buzz, he's such a great guy. I mean, I honestly think that Buzz holds the police corps together because...
That's an interesting way to put
it. There's always... Well, okay, I'll put it this way. He's friends with everybody. There's nobody that doesn't like him or he doesn't like. So he's just such a lovable guy. And so I feel like he's kind of the glue that binds everybody together and makes it all work. He's not featured in a ton of episodes, but whenever you see him, he's just like it seems like the police station is under control and stuff like that.
That is true, huh? And at the end, he finally becomes justified. I will not say what actually happens, or not justified, but finally becomes. I don't know.
He gets the ending that he deserves.
He gets the ending that he deserves. That's a good way to put it.
They all do.
But I love how every time Lassiter is mad, he just yells, McNabb! and like sometimes McNabb is just standing right behind him.
Or that one time when there were two cases and one sounded so much better than the other. It was like a diamond case or something else. And then, the one that McNabb got was so much better than the other one.
And they kept trading and McNabb kept getting the better one.
Who else you guys got?
Okay.
Man, there are so many.
Mary Lightly.
Oh, that's who I was about to say. I just looked at him.
Yeah.
What do you think about Mary, Jacob?
Oh, Mary is an interesting guy.
He's a guy, by the way.
The king of ankle weights.
Yep. He's very into the biggest mass murder in Santa Barbara history.
Another minor character.
Yeah, Mr. Yang. He's completely obsessed with that character. And like he'll pretty much do anything to find out more about the character. And it's quite humorous to watch him interact with others because he's very socially awkward.
Very. There's one scene where he's chasing the bad guy, but he can't keep up because he can't keep up, and Sean and Gus are always like, Mary, why are you so slow? And he just pulls up his pants and goes, ankle weights. I never leave home without them. And they're like, what? I read about it in Men's Health.
I loved that they brought him back for Psych the Musical.
Yeah, I know. After he died.
Yeah.
Because that was, spoiler alert, he
Whoops.
died. And that was honestly one of the saddest deaths in the whole show. Because even though he's such a weird character, and you kind of get freaked out with him, he's also such a good character, and you come to really like him.
Yeah. He's one of those that you don't realize how much you actually like them until they died. Like,
yeah.
Before you just be like, oh yeah, it's Mary, you know, if he was gone then he'd probably be good, but then he dies. And wait, David, have you seen the musical yet?
No. I saw the Psych the movie though.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he watched
you've seen
that
the
with
movie
us.
with us.
Even though he hasn't even finished the thing.
It's okay.
Side note, the movie, second movie is supposed to come out this December or October, I think.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Assuming
very excited.
Assuming it hasn't been affected by the pandemic. I really hope
Corona
not.
heckin' virus. I
Me
agree.
too.
We've been waiting a couple years for this movie, I think.
So long.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Here's a side character I like. Ken.
Oh,
Oh,
Ken. The assistant.
Oh.
I love how they hire him for one episode, and they just like, they're like, wait, he's a guy. We can't have a guy like a accountant.
Secretary.
And then they just fire him immediately. But then he just keeps popping up because they need his help. And
one of my favorite scenes is where Sean and Gus are arguing because they can't afford to pay him, and they neither of them wants to fire him, and so Sean sends him a text saying that he's fired.
They're in the same room, by the way.
Yeah, they're in the same room.
all three of them.
And then they see him, I think 2 more times. One is the Chinese episode where they come to him because he's Chinese, but he doesn't actually speak Chinese. But Sean and Gus, being Sean and Gus, come to him to translate Chinese. And the other episode is Scarefest, where he's working at
Oh yeah.
he's working at the Scarefest, and you only see him for a couple seconds, but they steal his keys and they use his keys to get into something
poor guy.
Yeah.
and don't pay him.
Oh wait, okay. I just thought of some more great side characters.
Okay.
The acapella guys.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Oh yeah.
I don't know their names. I don't remember their names.
Tony and
Tony
June.
June.
Oh, okay. So Gus is actually a really good singer, and he has this a cappella group from back in his college days.
Mm-hmm.
And so they make an appearance a couple times actually, and they're just hilarious.
They are so funny.
Remember the part where the guy they get wrapped up in like the mystery, in the
Obviously.
crime, and then like the guy's car blows up.
He goes, they're walking outside, and they're going, I bet. First, they threaten to torture him, then they torture him, and then they threaten to kill him, and then they kill him. Or no, wait, they said something like that, and then they're going outside, and their car blows up, and they just freak out and goes, my mama gave me that car. The actual quote is so good. I can't remember it exactly. I used to be able to quote it, but I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, no, it's really funny, and they're like the perfect complement to Sean and Gus.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, true. Quarter black or black capella?
Yeah. This is the name of their a cappella group, by the way, which consists of wait, what was it?
3 black guys and 1 white guy,
Yeah,
Yep.
it was Sean.
which is why they're called quarter black, which makes sense. Sean came up with the name, by the way.
Yeah.
I
Think
am
about
down with Quarter Black.
It makes perfect sense. There's 3 of you and 1 of me.
Exactly.
So many quotable moments. But yeah, in response to David, I'm going with Quarter Black, honestly. They should have kept it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
It would have
It's true.
just made Gus mad the entire time, which is basically Sean's life goal.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't know. I can't think of any other side characters, but you guys are looking at the
there's-
list.
Kurt Smith,
Kurt Smith. Who's played by Kurt Smith.
who's played by Kurt
Who ends
Smith.
up dying. He ends up... Actually, I don't know if he actually ends up dying, but he gets attacked by a panther or a leopard or something.
Yeah.
No, a zombie.
No, that was another episode. That was Gus's
That was
dream.
Sean just dreamed that one.
No, Gus dreamed
David,
that.
you haven't seen that yet.
Oh, I don't think David's seen that one because that one's pretty late.
Yeah, because that one's like the second to last episode or something. That was a weird episode. We could also
That
get into
was.
the weird episodes that Sean directs.
Sean?
Or not Sean, but James Roday, the actor for Sean. He directs some very weird episodes.
And actually, no, speaking of
Yeah.
Kurt Smith, Psych has a really good reputation with getting high profile guest stars to cameo.
That's true. They got almost the entire Breakfast Club cast.
Yeah, except for the rebel in
yeah,
the Breakfast
what's his-
Club. I don't know
No,
his name.
they got him.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, he was the doctor.
Then who didn't they get?
It was wait. Let me look. Breakfast Club cast.
Which episode is that? Breakfast Club.
No,
Oh,
no.
That's a movie.
Yeah.
It's a classic movie.
Well, yeah. But like, which episode do the cast members appear in?
Oh, they don't all appear in one. They're spread out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had Judd Nelson.
Judd Nelson isn't the rebel though.
Oh wait, what? You mean in the Breakfast Club?
Yeah.
No, he is.
Is he?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's who is the guy that they didn't get? Emilio Estevez. I remember
Who's
that
that?
because he is. I don't remember who he played in the Breakfast Club.
Anyway, Jacob, you were saying
Here's one side character I was not a big fan of. Abigail.
Mm,
who is Abigail? Oh.
Abigail Lytar.
Yeah.
Abigail is Sean's first love interest, right?
Yeah.
Well, not first.
Yeah.
No, but I mean first in the
but
show
first,
that we
yeah.
get to see. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't particularly like her, but I think it was necessary in
Yeah.
how they built up to Sean and
Juliet.
Juliet's relationship.
Yeah, I think it was
Sure.
needed. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But I she drove me nuts.
That's because we all knew where Sean was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean was just blinded by the love. That sounds like a song.
Blinded by the love. Oh, they also have John Cena.
Oh,
Ewan
yeah,
O'Hara
yeah.
is the character he plays. I totally forgot about that. He appears in like 2 episodes, I think,
In the movie.
Yeah.
and the movie at the very end. But he's obviously jacked as always,
Yep.
and he's Juliet's brother
Mm-hmm.
for some reason.
For some-
But he just he adds to it again, as all the characters do.
Speaking of Juliet's brother, the reason we started this particular segment is because we were talking about Juliet's dad.
Oh, that's right. We got to get into her dads. So she has 2 dads, because her parents got a divorce. Her first dad, her actual blood-related dad, is a con man, and so Sean and Gus have some adventures with him. And then her second dad, which David has not seen this episode yet, and so I'm not going to reveal too much, seems like a very boring guy, which is why Juliet's mom married him. However, he has a very interesting past that will catch up to Sean and Gus. Well, actually, technically, catch up to Henry,
Mm-hmm.
because that's like a Henry episode.
Yeah, but season 7, episode 4 is one of my favorites.
No Country for Two Old Men.
Dude, their episode titles are ridiculous. They're amazing.
Yes.
Like,
They're so good.
Oh man, yeah.
as a podcast, we strive to have the same episode title flourish
do.
as Psych does.
They are our title goals.
Goals.
Oh yeah, her father's names are Frank and Lloyd.
Frank and
That's
Lloyd.
right. Frank is
Con
the
man.
Frank
Con
is
man.
the con man, and Lloyd is the, as his name suggests, the appearing to be boring guy. The name Lloyd is so funny.
What if we have a listener named Lloyd,
Lloyd.
Josh?
Well then, I'm sorry, but your name is funny.
Lloyd.
It's like the name Aaron. Why do you have two R's or two L's in
Aaron?
your name? Yeah, or no, two A's, not two R's. What am I saying? Lil Lloyd
Yeah,
and
Josh,
Aaron.
You invented a new name there.
Oh, there's Jack Spencer.
Oh yes,
Spencer.
plays
Jack
the
Spencer.
Sean's
Henry's
uncle.
brother.
Oh.
Yes, he plays a very key role in a particular very good episode.
I mean, David's seen that one, I think.
Yeah, he has. Because that one's back in like
I don't,
season
I don't
3
even
or
remember.
something.
Yeah.
That's the one where they go to find buried treasure and they get involved with the fake Mexican government.
Yeah. Oh.
And Sean realizes they're not the real government. That's a great
It's been a
episode.
while.
Yeah, it really is. We need to meet up and just watch them all again.
Definitely.
I agree.
Definitely.
Ooh.
Binge watch the entire series.
Jacob's got something.
Dennis Gogolak. Dennis Gogolak.
I don't remember.
He's
Dennis.
the kid who when they were kids was super fat and then grew up and was super buff, but he's super into
Oh,
space.
the Alien episode.
Oh.
Yeah. I love Dennis.
Oh,
His wife is
him.
like the model, and then they're
Yeah.
both into really dweeby stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't realize it, and so they both pretend to be jocks around each other. That's so good.
Oh man.
Every
that's a
time
good-
she walks in, she's like, "What are you guys doing?" Gus is like, "Cigars."
Manly stuff.
Foosball.
Yeah. But I think that's all the time we got for today. As
Yeah.
you can tell, there are a lot of side characters,
Oh,
and they just
yeah.
all make the show even greater.
Definitely.
So, if you haven't already been watching it since our first Psych segment, then go start that right now.
For the psych segments, instead of the Google lookups, we just watch the episodes.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's your
Yeah.
homework. That's it.
Yeah. And if you haven't, we know a great place to start. It's season 1, episode 1.
Yeah, that's a very good place.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you next time on FCD.
For
Yep.
sure.
Miss you guys.
That's a good one.
Ciao.